everybody, this is Jenny of Pampering by LJ, and I'm excited to talk to you about how my week went. And we are also at the end of May, so we're getting ready for Memorial Day weekend, so I'm going to share out a little bit about how I did on my May goals. So first, let's talk about last week and my eating plan. So we had gobs of leftovers last week, so actually I only ended up cooking one night last week, and that was on Monday. I ended up trying the salmon that was recommended to me off of the Planning Us Healthy YouTube channel that I follow, and it was the garlic Parmesan salmon that I made of her recipes, and it was a real winner. I would put it in the air fryer. I think that was 12 minutes in the air fryer, and James really loved what the air fryer did to the salmon. Now, I bought some wild sockeye salmon, which that is my salmon of preference, the wild sockeye. I think it has a lot of great flavor just by itself. But I did put all the garlic and Parmesan and the little breading on it the way that she suggested, and then popped it into my air fryer for 12 minutes. And when I took it out, I served it with a rice pilaf dish that I had made, and then some green beans, and I'll insert a little video of that here in just a second. I thought it was a little dry, which means that it was a little overcooked in my opinion for salmon, but my air fryer is a different style than hers, and I kept it at the same temperature that she recommended, which was too hot, I think, for my air fryer. So in my air fryer, I have one of the Cuisinart, the square ones, and I think I needed to turn the temperature down to 350 rather than do it at the 400 degree mark that she mentioned that she uses all the time in her air fryer. So air fryers are so different on temperature, but I think if I would have turned it down to 350, that it would have been fine for 12 minutes, or if I would have left it at 375 but did it for a few minutes shorter, I think that would have worked too. So I'll play around with that the next time that I make the salmon, but it was a delicious flavor, and actually James liked it a lot because he likes his fish on the dry side, which means overcooked in my opinion. But anyway, it was great. It was a terrific recipe. So that was the only thing really I fixed, and that was Monday night. And so what did I eat the rest of the week? All those leftovers. We still had plenty of that enchilada casserole left over, so we ate on that. I had some chicken fried rice. We ate on that. Which the good news is it's Friday now, and in my refrigerator it's pretty clean going into this weekend, which is great because Friday and Saturday nights are the nights that we typically enjoy going out to dinner, and we're going to do that this weekend. We're going to go out, especially since it's Memorial Day weekend. We're going to go out tonight, not quite sure where yet, and tonight's Friday night, and then we're going to go out Saturday night at the Rye restaurant on the plaza, which is a place that we love. So we've got reservations for Saturday night there, and really then I've got my meal plan going into Sunday, and then Monday for Memorial Day, and I'll talk about that in a second, what my plans are for next week. But you can still see I'm in the apartment. We're not moved yet, but we're totally getting everything ready to go. So I am going to insert a little bit of video footage of my pantry project. It's not quite finished yet, but they made a lot of progress on it this week. I'll probably put a few pictures in here, and then a little video as well as where we're at right now. Okay, so my pantry's not quite finished yet, but he got the crown moldings up, and I think they look beautiful. And then when I open it up, I'm gonna have so much great room. There'll be shelves, of course, all the way through there, and I'll be able to reach everything. And then up here, I'm gonna put some green plants. So I think that they'll look great up here going across this whole top. So I'm super excited that this is just about finished. Next week, I think, Monday-ish, Tuesday-ish, Jimmy will be all done with my new pantry. So as you can see, it's almost finished. I think that the plan is on Monday for all the hardware to be installed on it, and then I'm gonna have some drawers added in my kitchen as well, and then my kitchen will be ready for all of my canned goods and my pantry to be filled up so that when we move in for a couple weeks, it'll be ready to go and organized the way I need it. So I'm so super excited about that. Let's talk a little bit about what I have planned to eat for next week. Next week is a different week because school's out now. Woohoo! School's out for summer. But I'm not finished yet because I'm doing summer school. So actually next week is not summer school yet, but next week at work, I'm having my summer school teachers come in either Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on Thursday next week, we have a big end of the year building leadership team meeting with our existing staff that is going out, and then the added new staff for next school year that will be on our building leadership team. So even though we don't have kids in the building next week, it's going to be a busy week at work for me with meeting teachers. So summer school teachers are coming in. We're about ready to go. Then we start summer school June 7th, and then we're closing out this school year. But no kids next week, so that'll be a nice little reprieve. So what am I going to eat? And I got to plan that starting this weekend. So I already told you Friday and Saturday, that's tonight and tomorrow night, we're going out and we're gonna do a bunch of things on the house, so that'll work out great. And then Sunday, here's my plan. So when we wake up Sunday morning, I'm gonna make that biscuit and gravy bake for us for a late breakfast. And then Sunday evening, I'm gonna make my meatloaf and scalloped potatoes. We are still in like cold weather in Missouri right now. It's been raining for like 15 straight days, and like the high this weekend's gonna be 60 some degrees and cold and wet the whole weekend. So meatloaf and scalloped potatoes, warm and comforting, those will be great this weekend, and going into next week for leftovers, that'll be great. So Sunday I'm gonna make that. I don't think I've ever filmed how to make that meatloaf. Don't think so. So it's really a good recipe. I've made it several times now. So I will try to make some video clips of that recipe for next week, and then maybe release a recipe video on the meatloaf in a week or so. So that's gonna be Sunday. Monday's Memorial Day, but it's gonna be cold, wet, rainy here, so no grilling yet. I really want to grill, but can't do that yet. So Memorial Day, I'm gonna make spaghetti, because you know, last week was the enchilada pasta skillet, and so this week is gonna be spaghetti. So I'm gonna make that Monday. We'll be home Monday, and so that'll be great. So then Tuesday, go back to work. That'll probably be a fast day for me, so I probably will just really focus on school and meeting teachers and things like that. So I'll probably do some fasting on Monday or Tuesday next week. Gonna move that around a little bit. And then Wednesday night and Wednesday, I'll have leftovers from what I'm preparing on Sunday and Monday. So there'll be a leftover night. And then we'll be right at Thursday, and Thursday next week will probably be a fast day for me too. So I'm going to change that schedule around a little bit for next week, and I'll have lots of leftovers from some cooking I'm going to do this weekend. So that'll work out, and then I'll be done with that week. For breakfast and lunch, I've got a lot of yogurts already still in my fridge. I bought some more Premier Protein. I'm really liking that, just as a 2-point little protein boost with both my yogurt and my Premier Protein. I picked up some more English muffins, the light ones, so I got 2 batches of those and some of my center cut bacon. So I'm already set for groceries and everything for next week to get going. So I'm excited. I'm glad about that. I feel like I can relax a little bit this weekend. 3-day weekend. I'm in a good spot with my work, and we're pretty in a good spot with our house. And so now we're gonna relax a little bit this weekend, I think. We're staying home, but normally we go to the lake over the weekend of Memorial Day weekend, but we're staying close to here because we've got just some things we wanna look at, on the house. Like, I really maybe get some new towels for my master bathroom, and I might get some bedding for our master bedroom. We'll see. I'm gonna go look this weekend. Nothing major, but if something really strikes my fancy, I think we're gonna need to return some blinds that we bought that don't fit, and so we're gonna redo those. But let's talk about how I did in May. So my 2 goals for May: number 1, lose 4 pounds in the month of May, because there was 4 solid weeks there that I could work with, and then drink 64 ounces of water every single day. I nailed both of those May goals. I lost 6 pounds towards the beginning of May, and I've kept those off the entire month. I'm counting this as I have made it. I weighed in this morning, and I weighed exactly the same weight that I weighed last week when I weighed in on Friday. And so I have met my May goals. I actually exceeded them. I lost 6 pounds in the month of May, so I feel very proud of myself for that. And I drank my water every single day, at least 64 ounces, if not more. What will my June goals be? I don't know. I haven't set them yet. Definitely will keep the water going. I don't know about a weight loss goal for June. When the actual move is going to happen in June, that's going to be a whole week of weird eating. I know that, but I want to feel successful in June too with my weight loss goals, because when I go back to the real school year, which starts August 23rd, well, my birthday is August 24th, and that's when I hit 50, being age 50. And if you have watched me since the beginning of these videos, you know that I really have a goal to have lost 50 pounds by the time I turn age 50, and I am right on target to do that. I've got I think 8, 9, 10. I've got 12 pounds left, and I've got time to do that between today and August 24th. There's no issue for that as long as I'm consistent. Even with taking some vacations and things, I should be able to meet that goal, and I'm going to. So it's going to be a big celebration for me, and I've already decided on what my 50-pound reward's going to be, and I want to get it so bad, but I'm not getting it right now because I'm going to meet my goal first. My goal for 50 pounds is going to be to purchase myself a Mac, and I have never had a Mac, but I want one so badly because I love doing these videos, and I love editing them and making them look as professional as I can. But right now, I'm doing all of that on my iPhone. And I know that a MacBook or Mac Pro or the different ones I've looked at, I can do all the editing on there, and it would be so fabulous and so nice. So that's how I'm going to reward myself when I hit 50 pounds lost, because I want to continue to do these videos because I just find them fun. And so that's what I've decided. That's going to be my 50-pound reward to myself, is to buy myself a Mac. So I'm looking forward to doing that, and it may be right on my birthday that I do it. Maybe sooner, I don't know. But don't know what June goals are yet. I'll fill you in later on those, but that's enough for now. I hope you guys have a terrific Memorial Day weekend, and I will see you next week. This is Jenny of Pampering by LJ. See ya.